We rolling? Okay, we're rolling. We're back. And I think, are we?
I think that's number 10.
I think it might be. Let me
Wow.
look.
Wow, guys, it's our 10th. What a weird way to open a fruit snack packet. I just
That,
opened its back. 10.
10 should be some kind of anniversary, shouldn't it? Love People was 9, so absolutely, this is 10. Okay, we are here with number 10. And we are doing this kind of in light of the coronavirus and everything that's going on, and I'm glad we got to meet today. And certainly I hope that everyone has the time and ability to, while we're sheltering in place and that kind of thing, to spend time with your loved ones. That's, I think, very important, especially with what's going on right now. This is my loved one that I love very much. I'm glad that we were able to do this. All right, treating others the way you want to be treated. What does it mean to treat others the way you want to be treated? What do you think?
If you, however you want to be treated,
Mm-hmm.
you should treat other people that way.
Yep.
Mainly because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, exactly. That's where what I think. I did a little research, and some of the stuff I looked up, they were talking about things like, if you want to be treated with respect, treat others with respect. And I think that's good. There's nothing wrong with that. But what bothers me about that simple concept is that perhaps I'm doing something to get something in return. And that's not, I think, the heart of what I'm trying to do or what I'm trying to communicate with this particular rule. I had the thought about, what about treating others like you want to be treated, because it's just simply the right thing to do. And that flows from a place of loving others, which was last week's rule, and as well as doing the right thing at the right time for the right reason, which, as you may remember, is kind of one of my mottos, or at least words that I try to live by. So I think of it more as altruistic. I don't know if that word has meaning for you, than doing something to get something in return. I do think that it makes the world a better place if we behave toward each other like this. And as I think about coronavirus and the way that it's forcing many of us to be worried and anxious and concerned, that some of us are hoarding and looking out for ourselves and getting, and let us not forget that we've got to also look out for each other and take care of each other. All right, so part of this then, as I looked at this, was I think treating others the way I want to be treated means treating others well, even if I doubt they will return it to me in the same fashion. To go beyond the level of kindness and generosity that others expect. I think part of that's being a person of your word. What do you think that means, being a person of your word?
I'm a man of my word, like that. You always keep a promise.
Keep a promise. You make a promise, you keep it. I think that's really important, because that's how we learn to trust each other, and it's how we learn to be reliable. And I think that's how we learn not to let people down. People can have faith in us because they recognize that we are trustworthy. Is there a step further beyond treating others the way I want to be treated? And I think there might be. I don't think we've talked about this yet, but my idea, and actually I had a friend who espoused this view to me, and he said, it's not just treating others the way I want to be treated, but perhaps it's treating others the way they want to be treated. And I think it's not necessarily different, but I think it's a higher calling, because treating others how I want to be treated, I might be stuck inside my box of thinking, oh, that's how I want to be treated, but then realize that maybe somebody else wants to be treated differently than that because of who they are and their needs. And so actually that requires what we talked about last time, I think, things like empathy, looking into somebody else's life and situation, feeling with them to know maybe the best way to treat them. And that involves things like care, concern, kindness on our part. You know, it never hurts to be kind. Being kind doesn't cost me anything. it's just never a problem. And kind of one last thing that I kind of thought with this was, I think it's important, and this might end up being one of the rules as we go along. It's important not to keep score. Some people treat other people the way they treat them, which means you got to keep score. So if somebody's bad to you, you're going to return badness to them. And man, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of scorekeeping and a lot of stuff that I got to carry around with me and weighs me down. It's so freeing to instead forgive and treat others the way they need to be treated. All right, you got any thoughts?
Not really that much.
Not so much? All right, thanks. We have heavy hearts today, so our hearts go out to all of you, and we're sending love.
I'm pretty sure we only maybe do one.
It's on. I think I didn't have as much this time.
Yep.
Are we done?
Yep.
We're out.